What's up guys, Cut Protagonist here, and today I'm going to do a deck profile on the Zodiac Legend World deck that got second place on the Bushiroad Championship Series, which is the Spring Circuit Regional Championship in Indonesia. So I only lost two Oni Assassins, which is my friend Paddy. So congratulations to Paddy, who will be going to Japan to compete for the world title. So I'm really looking forward to my chance to get to Japan, but unfortunately I got lost and I got second place. But nonetheless, I'm going to bring you guys a very nice deck profile on the Zodiac deck, Legend World. This deck's perfect for the meta because of the amount of double attacks that we have right now in the meta. So let's take a look at Prisms with the Atora and Butts with their double attack. So most of the meta cards right now have the double attack and they are quite aggressive. However, our boy Zodiac here is able to control the game by doing the gravity rest, which means any monster enters the field will be rested and they will waste a turn. Especially decks like Butts, which is easily shut down by Zodiac ES. They have to recall their Butts only to be gravity rested and to be locked down by Giga Paralyzed by Zodiac ES. So this deck is really good at maintaining your opponent's aggression, which means you will be able to rest your opponent's unit and not allow them to attack. And secondly, you have a lot of advantage engine, such as the draw power we have here, Alwido and the draw spell, and of course we also have the stuff which allows us to draw and trigger most of our effects, such as Blade Joker. So this deck is full of synergy. It's really cool deck. If you guys like some kind of cybernetic deck with your Nordic gods such as Loki and stuff, this is the deck for you. So let me quickly go on the deck profile, and I hope you guys love this and enjoy this awesome deck profile. So yeah, let's get right to it. First up, 4 copies of Zodiac, one of the most important Zodiacs due to the fact that he's able to power up all your units on the field. He has a very solid 725 stats, which is able to solo Atora, but not only that, he has another ability. If your flag is Legend World, which I am, you will be able to gain a skill. You'll be getting the first skill. You get Penetrate, and all your stars on your field, including all your other rear guards. All your other rear guards will be able to gain plus 3k power. So combine it with cards like Leo, you will be able to hit for 7k. Magic number against Atora, which is a threat in the meta right now. And if you are Star Dragon World, this guy gets a move and additional crit. So since we'll be using Legend World, this guy is a mean Penetrate with 10k stats, which runs over Atora easily. So 4 copies against the Atora matchup. But if you're fighting against Butts, I recommend you to go into Zodiac ES, basically the evolved form of Zodiac, called Star DC Combined Dragon Zodiac ES. He is what we call the Mega Colony of Buddyfight. His ability is, when this guy attacks, select one of your opponent size 2 or less rear guards and stun them, so they won't be able to withstand during the stand and draw phase. Just think about that. As long as ES keeps attacking, your opponent's rear guards will never stand. That's very powerful, especially against double attacking decks such as Butts. So against Dragon World, fantastic cards, because Dragon World mostly, if they play size 2 base decks such as 5th Omnis or Butts, you just cut shut down so much of the abilities. He also have a built-in move, so you'll be able to move out of danger. If you're fighting against Bao Soleil, you can move to the side, kill the Bao Soleil, then move it back center to protect yourself against damage. So this deck is very beefy because it is a center-based deck. So this guy gives you a bit of mobility against Bao Soleil, the center destroyer. Yeah, so it's a very good card. So of course, depending on what you're fighting against, you want to prioritize your Zodiacs. So recommend you to, if any size 3 base decks, just go for the center Penetrate because it breaks down walls. If you're going against like those size 1, size 2 decks, go for ES because it is able to stun your opponent's rear guards. Alright, so next up we play Dragon Arms. These are more of the support cards for our deck. Nonetheless, this is a very powerful card in the deck, which this is why I make it my buddy. His ability is when this card enters the field, you are able to pick up 1 Zodiac from the drop zone and call it to your rear guard circle. If you do, he goes into that Zodiac soul. So let's say we call out the original Zodiac, call to rear guard, call to your field. You can call 1 from your drop zone back to your field. This card enters it, pay call cost, another card goes in the soul. So just like that, you'll be like a full form armored dragon. Just think about all these Zodiac's dragon arms. You can imagine how beastly it's gonna look in the anime if you pull off this combo. So this card is definitely a staple at 4. You save you so many games. One card for a +2 advantage is just amazing. So yeah, Drag Solar. And of course, another ability he has is if he's in the soul of a new dragon, When that new dragon attacks, you can discard one card to draw one card. Trigger abilities like a Widow to draw additional cards and add gauge, or add that Blade Joker to get you additional attacks and increase your crit of your Zodiac. Amazing, especially paired with the double attack. You can do the ability twice, get as much advantage as you can. Another thing to note, you can also discard this to destroy opponent's weapon or set spells. Right? Zodiac Solar, absolute beast. My buddy monster. So next up we have 4 copies of Nabi. I call him Nabi. That's why my deck list is called Get in the Soul Nabi. Just spoiling it for you guys. The deck name, if you guys go check the Busho website, that will be up in 2 or 3 days. It is called this deck is called Get in the Soul Nabi. Because his name is Nebulosa, so it's Nabi. So this is the winning image of the deck. Give all your Zodiacs double attack, so those beastly monsters will be able to deal tons of damage to your opponents. And not only giving your Zodiac double attack, it gives your Zodiac extra armor, because your Zodiac will have the Soul Guard ability so that it won't die immediately. Yeah, and when this card's in the Soul of a Zodiac, he gains double attack. Very important card. Next up, our support cards. Non-Dragon Arms. Our Widow. So when this card is discarded from your hand, mostly we use it for a second skill. When this card is discarded from your hand, you may put the top card of the deck into your gauge and draw a card. So with the many discarding abilities you have, the few abilities you have is the Zodiac Gravity Rest. By discarding one card and paying one gauge, you will be able to rest any monster your opponent calls to the field. So let's say he calls Dual Jaeger Dynamite, which allows you to attack 4 times. Nope, it stays rested. So yeah. So you discard her, and you'll be able to do the ability another time. So she's so good with the Gravity Rest ability. She's good with Drag Solar discard ability. Great with the staff. Gives you so much advantage. This is why this deck is such a beast. 4 copies of our Widow, staple. Next up, a partner of our Widow is Chaos Blade Joker, another powerful card. When he's discarded from the hand, you may pay 1 life if you do recover him to your field, and then select 1 monster on your field and it gains additional crit. So attack. Let's say Draxula, and so attack, call it out, discard 1, call it out, and you can draw 1 card, and then select Zodiac, it gains 3 crits. So it's now a 3 crit monster with double attack if you have Nabi in the soul. So just like that, you'll be doing 6 damage by itself. Such a powerful card. And let's not forget he can attack as well. So that's 8 damage. So you can also activate this ability multiple times. So if you have multiple copies of Joker in your hand, you'll be able to call all of them out, going for easy OTKs. So this is not only a control deck, it is able to OTK as well. Next up, 3 copies of Leo. Gauge is really important in this deck. As long as you have Gauge, your opponent will have to think twice about calling their units, because they will get Gravity Rested. So this guy counter, you can sack it and you can gain 2 Gauge. So it's basically like a dragonic charge on legs, and he has a very solid 4k attack power, so it can run through a lot of stuff. 3 copies of Loki. With all these so heavy decks such as Zui and Prism Dragons, this card is such an important card. I play 3 copies because I've studied the meta and I find that there's quite a soul in this meta, so yeah, 3 Loki is fine. You guys want to play 2, it's okay, but 3 kind of helped me a lot. And I play 3 because I play the Impact monster, which requires you to have an Asgard monster. Another card, my friend Paddy taught me to tag this in. It's a very, very cute, harmless card that I rarely see people play, but it is so damn good, especially against Prism matchup. The soccer boots are such a pain in the butt. So by discarding this card, using your Widow effects, any discarding engine, discard this card, pay on gauge, destroy an item on your opponent field or set spell. So yeah, control the soccer boots, because the soccer boots just drives your life too low, especially if you're playing like Joker, you'll be paying more life. So it's very, very dangerous because you don't get Cristiano in the face. The impact, by the way. 1 copy of Old Man. Old Man is just 1 card I attack in the deck. In late game, he is a very, very good card. For example, his ability is call cost, pay 1 gauge. Star Senior. When this card enters the field, you may call a size 2 or less star monster. So you can call Drag Solar. So call this guy, call Drag Solar by effect, Drag Solar call. Just like that, you have a full formation with like an Old Man helper for some reason. So just like that, you can call Drag Solar, and you can get a full formation once again. Such a beastly card. So he might seem like a weak card, but he calls out the great old Zodiac, the legendary Star Beast. Now, for spells, we play 4 copies of Future Astrology. So this card is dual effect card. He has 2 effects. Pay 1 gauge if you have a star on the field and draw a card. Then if you have a Neo Dragon on the field, then draw a card. So you can draw 2 cards if you have 1 Zodiac on the field, because Zodiac is both a star and a Neo Dragon. So yeah, use this card when I have Zodiac and draw the extra 2 cards. Second ability is during your turn, the flag is regarded as a Legend World and a Star Dragon World. So cool effect is you can use for this. Zodiac will gain that move ability. So sometimes you want to run away from Bao Soleil, you could like use this, quickly cast, and then Buddyfight move. So just like that, you will be able to escape some like penetrate and stuff, just in case that. Or you could actually use a skill to gain extra crit. If the double attack extra crit and combine Joker, swing for like 4 crit each swing, 8 crits easy. Next up, 4 defensive spells, 4 copies of Divine Guidance. You may only cast this card if during attack or during opponent's turn, and you have a Zodiac card in the name on your field. So as long as you control Zodiac, you can cast this card. Counter, nullify the attack. So even your Zodiac in the center, you will be able to nullify the attack. Good, especially against penetrate. Then put the top card deck into your gauge and gain 1 life. So basically it's like a Sun Dragon Shield. Very, very important card. Definitely a must play at 4. 3 copies of Illusion of the Void Deity. He's basically the Dragoborn for our Zodiac Beast. Counter, select 1 side tree on the field. For this turn, next time you will be destroyed, you gain 1 life and the monster remains on the field. So great, especially against those destruction monsters. Or either if he dies by battle, you can always use this card, gain 1 life, and your Zodiac stays alive. Very important to protect Zodiac, because if Zodiac is not on your field, you are very vulnerable to get killed by OTKs. So no matter what, protect the Zodiac, and your Zodiac protect you with his Gravity Rest. Weapons. 4 copies of Gaimer's Staff. Gaimer's Staff is the brand new stuff from... It's not brand new, but it's a new stuff from Climax Booster. One of the best weapons Zodiac's got. So, equip cost. Pay 1 life and 1 gauge. Quite steep for its cost. However, it has such a great effect. His first ability is once per turn, you may rest this card. If you do, put the top card of the deck into your gauge. So if this card lasts for many turns, you're basically getting a hyper energy or more for free. So this ensures you that you will never run out of gauge for any abilities. Second ability, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card. So combo it with Ares, Widow, and Blade Joker. You'll be able to pull off some sick advantage, because you'll be able to draw 1 additional card and charge 1 additional gauge. Call a monster for basically free 1 life, and gain an additional creep to one of your beastly Zodiacs, double attack Zodiacs, or destroy one of your opponent's weapon. It is such a damn good card. And let's not forget, you could draw 1 card by its ability as well. And finally, the Impact Monster. This one is a very unusual card, because none of the Zodiac players I know actually made this, and it's recommended by me by Champion Paddy. So I actually don't feel bad losing with him, because he kind of teach me how to build this deck as well. So, call cost, pay 3 gauge and return an Asgard monster from your field onto your hand. So what you want to do is make sure you have either her or Joker on your field, or Loki. Bounce one of those cards back, and you can call him by paying 3 gauge. It is a very powerful monster with a 10k attack power, 10k defense, and a 3 critical. But that's all. He is a restanding monster. By discarding 2 cards from your hand, you're able to restand this monster. Imagine having such a card in Vanguard. It is so broken. So its ability is counter once, but during your final phase, you may discard 2 Legend World cards from your hand. If you do, stand this card. So once again, you can combo with our Widow to draw additional cards by discarding, or call Joker to give it additional crit and restand as well. And you'll be able to call Joker so they can attack next turn or something. Such a powerful card. So 2 copies actually helped me to win a lot of games. So I recommend you guys to try it out. It's not necessary, but I think it's just a pretty cool card to have, especially if I play quite a low monster count. This guy actually serves as a win condition late game as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile on the Legend World Zodiac deck that I use for the Indonesia Spring Circuit Championship. If you like more deck profiles like these, be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow my Facebook page so that you get the latest update as fast as possible. So peace out and love you guys. Rawr.